Everything you need to know about the Jaguar Land Rover remote smart key. The use of this key, shown here, is fully explained in this video, along with many hidden options you'll not even have thought of. And you'll certainly find out the smart key is not just for locking and unlocking the car. You'll see the use of the emergency blade, as well as how to adjust the remote setting on the touch screen. You'll also use the starter control unit, and you'll find out why you need to dock the smart key in the control unit. Replacing the battery will also be described, along with the implications of auto-locking and keyless entry. And most importantly, you'll find out why it's best practice to double lock an XKR. Most of the remote's functions will suit every car that uses this remote. There may be some differences, like the XF and some Land Rovers have an auto-opening boot when unlocking. Whatever, this video features everything you need to know about the XKR X150 remote. My name's Bruce and I'm the proud owner of a black 2013 XKR. This channel is designed to share the knowledge I've gained while owning Sylvester James. So please like and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell to be notified about more videos about the Jaguar Land Rover Smart Remote. Unlocking the XKR is as easy as pressing the unlock button once or sometimes twice. The key's unlocking system can be set up in different ways. But with a second press, it opens the passenger door as well as the trunk or boot. You can set up a multi-point unlocking, which unlocks both doors and the boot trunk with a single press. And this is set up on the remote by pressing and holding both lock and unlock button for 3 seconds. You can also use the touch screen in the vehicle mode settings. I'll show you more about the touch screen in a minute. Unlocking is even easier by using keyless entry. The key never needs to leave your pocket or bag, providing the smart key is within 1 metre or 3 feet of the XKR. Just pull the door handle, the vehicle searches for the key and automatically unlocks the door, disarms the alarm and extends the external mirrors, as well as flashing the hazard lights. If the setting is in a single point 2-stage mode using keyless entry, the driver's door only will open. Press the unlock button again to unlock the other door and the boot or trunk. If the multi-point mode is set, both doors and boot trunk will unlock. Those settings can be chosen in the touch screen as well. And to be clear, when in a single point mode, just the driver's door unlocks. In multi-point mode, both doors and the trunk boot unlock. The passenger's door can also be unlocked by pulling the handle, only if the key is within 1 metre range. And beware, if the smart key is on the driver's side of the car, it'll be out of range. You can lock the vehicle after driving by pressing the lock button on the smart key. You can also lock the XKR by pressing the lock button on any door handle. Whichever method of locking is used, the alarm will arm, the external mirrors will fold in, and the hazard lights will flash once as confirmation. The doors are prevented from opening from the outside of the vehicle, but the doors can still be opened from the inside of the vehicle. That single press of the lock button will lock the car and only set the basic door sensor alarm. It won't set the internal movement alarm or vehicle tilt sensor alarm. So the single lock button is useful when the car's on a ferry. But it always pays to double lock if the vehicle is to be left parked for an extended time. The important reason to double lock is to disable as many electrical components as possible so that there's minimal battery drain. And battery drain is a weak point of the XKR and needs to be reduced as much as possible. An XKR is not likely to be used as a daily driver, so they can sit in the driveway as a prima donna for quite a considerable time. And that adds to the chance of a battery drain. To double lock, you need to press the button on the remote or the door handle twice within 3 seconds. When double locking, there's a second flash of the hazard warning lights. And this is an important warning to be aware of. When the vehicle is double locked, the interior door handles are immobilized, so anyone left inside the car cannot get out. And the vehicle will only lock if both doors in the boot and trunk and the bonnet and the hood are closed. If a lock attempt is made when the aperture is open, the vehicle will not lock and an audible error warning will sound. Pressing the boot trunk button on the smart key unlocks the boot trunk. This does not unlock the doors. If you've unlocked with the smart key, the vehicle security system will remain active, but while the boot's open, the intrusion and inclination sensors will be deactivated, but the door and bonnet sensors do remain active. When the boot is closed, the hazard warning lights will flash after a few seconds to confirm that the vehicle has been rearmed with the full alarm system. As a safety measure, you can't lock your key in the boot. And you can't lock the car using the lock button on the door handle when the smart key's inside the car. Automatic relocking will take place if a door or the boot trunk is not opened within 40 seconds of unlocking the vehicle with the smart key. The doors will lock again automatically, and this feature can be enabled, disabled on the touchscreen as well. The car only locks automatically if no door has been opened. To open and close all windows at once, simply press and hold the unlock button for 3 seconds. Alternatively, you can press and hold the exterior locking button for at least 3 seconds. And the windows will pause when the lock button is released. This opening and closing of the windows is called global open and close, and it's very handy when you walk away from the car and find you've forgotten to close a window before exiting the car. Global can also be set up and disabled with the touchscreen. If you want to illuminate your way as you approach your car at night, press the headlight button on your smart key, and the headlights will turn on for up to 25 seconds. Press again to turn them off. In an emergency, you may need to set off the alarm, and to do so, press the hazard button for 3 seconds, or press it quickly 3 times, and the horn with the hazard warning lamps will be activated. The emergency alarm will continue for 5 seconds no matter what, but then you'll be able to cancel the alarm by pressing the button for a further 3 seconds. And it's also cancelled when the starter button is pressed. The smart key uses an internal battery, CR2032, and this is not a rechargeable battery. If the CR2032 goes flat, or if the smart key fails to unlock the car, you'll need to use the key blade that's inside the smart key to open the left-hand door. And this will set off the alarm. You'll need to dock the smart key to disable the alarm and to be able to start the car. And if it's necessary to dock the smart key, you'll see any of these messages in the instrument pod. The smart key dock is at the back of the center console. First, lift the lid of the center console. 2, slide open the cover of the starter control unit. And 3, insert the smart key with the buttons facing forward. And if you've started the car with the smart key in the dock, make sure the engine's switched off before undocking the smart key. If the smart key doesn't unlock the door and you've had to use the emergency blade, that's most likely because the battery's flat in the smart key and need to be replaced. And this is how to replace the battery. Remove the key blade by pressing and holding the release button. Insert a flat bladed screwdriver at the end of the smart key where the blade came out, and that releases the 2 side panels. The 2 body halves will come apart easily. Otherwise, you might need to use a flat bladed screwdriver. Remove the printed circuit board and avoid touching the battery terminals. Remove the old battery and insert a new CR2032 with the plus sign downwards. Avoid touching the battery with your fingers. Use a glove or hold it with a cloth. And the final section in this video about the smart key is how to program the settings in the touch panel. Press the home menu. Select Vehicle Settings. The security option shows by default. On the first screen, you can set if you wish the doors to lock when driving away. If the selection is on, then you can set the speed for when the locking will trigger. The two-stage locking function can be a bit confusing. When it's off, it will allow a single press of the unlock button on the remote, or when you're using keyless entry, for both doors to unlock. And when the setting is on, the remote unlock button or the keyless entry needs to be pressed twice to open both doors. For passive arming, when it's on, it automatically arms the anti-theft system 60 seconds after the driver's door is closed, and that's providing all the doors, bonnets, boot are closed and the ignition's been switched off. Even though passive arming sets the anti-theft system, it will not lock the vehicle, although access to the boot or trunk with the interior or exterior release buttons will be prevented and the fuel filler cap will be locked. The doors, however, remain unlocked and the alarm will be triggered if they're opened without the smart key in range. And you can see if the alarm system is active when the red light flashes once per second on the dash just under the windscreen. Auto relock alarm is when you want the XKR to automatically relock if a door is not opened after 40 seconds of unlocking with the remote key. For the alarm sensor option, make sure it's off when the car is in recovery mode or when you're travelling on a ferry. Global open or global close allows you to choose whether you want to be able to open and close the windows with the smart remote. And the final option is whether the mirrors fold or not. As I said at the start of this video, the smart remote is not just for locking or unlocking the car. I hope this video has shown you a bit more about the XKR. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell to be notified when I publish more of these smart remote videos.